Hello and welcome to It's Tomorrow News. I'm Sarah Himani. Severe tropical cyclone off Western Australia coast. Residents in parts of Western Australia have been told it is too late to leave as tropical cyclone scene continues intensifying. The weather system of the Pilbara coast has strengthened to a Category 3 as of early Monday afternoon with 150 km per hour winds near the centre and gusts of up to 205 km per hour. The Bureau of Meteorology has warned the cyclone could reach Category 4 by Monday night. The cyclone is about 205 km northwest of Exmouth and is moving southwest away from the Western Australian coastline, but gales were only slowly easing from the east. Several people have been rescued after their vehicles became stuck in flood waters in Western Australia's northwest. A DFES spokesman said they have received 37 requests for assistance across the Pilbara, mostly for assistance with sandbagging and flooding. Bureau of Meteorology warned intense rainfall and flash flooding were possible between Maddie and the Northwest Cape for the remainder of Monday. A flood warning was also issued for the Pilbara. People living in areas likely to be affected by flooding were told to protect their property as much as possible and be prepared to help their neighbors. Gales and damaging winds gusts to 120 km per hour are occurring at coastal and island communities between Ningaloo and Maddie, including Onslow and Exmouth, a Bureau of Meteorology spokesman said. Winds are expected to gradually ease from the east during the day. A storm tide is forecast between Onslow and Exmouth during Monday afternoon's high tide. Overnight, the strongest wind gusts recorded by the observing network were 113 km per hour in Barrow Island and Varanus Island. The Department of Fire and Emergency Services issued an emergency warning on Monday morning telling residents from Barrow Island to Ningaloo to shelter in place as it is too late to leave. Residents have been advised to stay in the strongest, safest part of the building while the gale force winds batter the region, with the community urged to stay away from doors and windows and keep them closed. Meanwhile, residents further south in Western Australia's wheat belt were rocked by an earthquake. About 11:15 a.m. on Sunday morning in Meckering, about 130 km east of Perth, residents from Mundaring to Meckering reported a loud bang with tremors could be felt all the way to the eastern suburbs of Perth. According to Geoscience Australia, the earthquake occurred 5 meters below ground, resulting in widespread tremors spanning across the state. A Geoscience Australian spokesman told Newswire the earthquake was an aftershock to the damaging 1968 earthquake that hit the same region for 40 seconds, reaching a 6.5 on the Richter scale and causing extensive damage to the buildings and several injuries. While the 1968 earthquake in Meckering caused extensive damage to the town, there have been no reports of injuries or damage caused by the 3.8 magnitude earthquake on Sunday. Meckering back in 1968 had their magnitude 6.5 earthquake. Since that large earthquake, it's continued to see relatively high levels of activity, the spokesman told Newswire. This earthquake that we saw yesterday was a continuation of that. We would describe it as an aftershock. That's all for now. For more weather news updates, stay tuned with us on It's Tomorrow News. For more global weather updates like this, subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for regular updates.